Hello, my name is John Kelley, better known to people in the Nashua area as Jack. I'm currently a candidate for state representative in District 26, which consists of wards 5, 8, and 9 in Nashua. I'm primarily running for state representative for three reasons. I realize during the campaign other issues are going to come up and will have to be discussed. But for the present time, I believe that the state legislature has to sit down and finally decide how they were going to adequately fund education in the state of New Hampshire. It is time to stop playing games with the General Court and with the Supreme Court, and it is time for the legislature to finally do something on this issue. Secondly, I think that the state legislature has to do something about the current problem with taxes for our senior citizens. People on a fixed income cannot keep paying for state government with their property taxes. There has to be some way that there is an allowance for the state government to be run without being on the backs of senior citizens on fixed incomes. The third issue I have is that I believe a state representative from an area should represent that area. If someone is elected from Nashua, then when they go to Concord, they should realize they are from Nashua, and they should be up there to defend and to push for issues for Nashua, not for Concord, not for other parts of the state, or not for their respective party. Now, having said that, let me give you a little background about myself. I've lived here in Nashua for 36 years. I know that makes me a little older and probably fits right in with the state legislature at this time. I was born in Portland, Maine. I attended Northeastern University, where I received a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration. I also was lucky enough to meet my wife there on a blind date. We celebrated our 39th anniversary last month. We have two children, Michael and Donald, who now have their own families, and we're lucky enough to have 4 grandchildren, Jonathan, Quinn, Arwen, and Lauren. I have been involved as an auditor and criminal investigator with the federal government for 28 years. I retired approximately 10 years ago, and currently I serve on the Board of Education for the city of Nashua. I found that when I retired, I had a lot of time on my hands. The first thing I found is that I became a volunteer, and this is something that I would encourage people to look into. I became a driver and the local volunteer coordinator for the American Cancer Society's Road to Recovery program, which provides rides for cancer patients throughout Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. During that time, I supervised approximately 40 drivers providing rides for these patients. I found it very rewarding, but also, after doing it from 1997 to 2005, there was a little burnout involved, and it was time for me to move on. I am currently on the Board of Directors for the Nashua Police Athletic League. I have just recently completed a program run by the Greater Nashua Chamber of Commerce called Leadership Greater Nashua, which is a year-round program provided for leaders in the community. I am currently also working on the second year of a program that Nashua has had called Nashua Goes Back to School, where we encourage children and their parents to come in. This year it will be on the 24th of August, to the Nashua Library, receive a bag full of goodies to bring back to school, and to encourage them to see the library, to meet the principal of the new school they're going to, and in general to get an easy back into the school routine. As I mentioned, I worked for the federal government for 28 years. I was an auditor for the Department of Defense. I was an internal auditor, which was a very interesting job, for the Internal Revenue Service. I used to audit the IRS. I was a criminal investigator for the Internal Revenue Service. One of the things I may not have mentioned here is I have also been involved in a number of community activities during the time that I've been here in Nashua. I have served on the Mohawk Tannery Steering Committee, having been appointed there by Mayor Bernie Streeter in 2003, and I'm currently still on that committee. I have been a Cub Master and a Scout Master in Nashua, and was lucky enough to be a Scout Master when my 2 boys became Eagle Scouts. I am thoroughly enjoying living in the city of Nashua. The 36 years I've been here, I think it's one of the best cities that I've ever been in. and I would look forward to representing you as one of your state legislatures in Concord. Again, I look forward to meeting you during the campaign. Thank you.